Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. KG is back. Match reaction time. Leeds United 4, Crystal Palace 1. Let me just repeat that again. Leeds United 4, Crystal Palace 1. Best performance of the season so far. We'll get into it. People, some will say Chelsea. We were good today from minute 1 to 90. Palace were always going to have little spells of pressure. They're a good side, but we were dominant today. And it felt for me like every time we was going forward, we we're going to score, which is, I have not said that this season yet. Brilliant performance from top to bottom. We're going to get into it in this match reaction. Listen, people, before I continue, you know the drill. Like the video. It's free to do, helps out the channel immensely. Big up for, all members of the channel. Thank you for that support. Also, as well, thank you to Parrot House for the super sticker, always supporting the channel. Big up to you. Also, another thing as well when it comes to support people. I did the preview yesterday, and man, there was hardly any predictions in the comments. Like, so people, tune into the channel. If you're not getting the notifications, reset them. Turn the notification bell off, turn it back on again. Or if not, just let the video run in the background, whatever it may be. But you got to support the channel in that way too. I see some of my favorite people not even talk about the subject they're talking about, and they can say how I dried my boxes on the heater today, and it will get the same amount of views as when they talk about the subject matter. I need that support as well, people. So yeah, listen, big up to everyone in the chat. And as always, like Parrot House, as always, Michael, big up to you. Baby food, feeling nice. I feel great. That was absolutely brilliant tonight. Absolutely brilliant. And you're talking about a good Palace team here and a good manager. And man, it's a mix of Elland Road, and it's a mix of how we play to our strengths today in terms of just the way that we're playing with the set pieces. We'll speak about that for sure. But it all mixed, and we were dominant. I mean, Dean Henderson towards the end of the game, he looked like he gave up. He looked like he gave up towards the end. Well, that's on them. That's on them. Yeah, baller. Yep. Big for GD as well. Yeah, listen, today we were Anthony Joshua, Crystal Palace with Jake Paul. If you know, you know. ER is a fortress. Yeah, man. Vega here, beautiful win. Ref was shocking, but irrelevant. Yeah, we're not speaking about the ref in this one, people. Look, that was a penalty on Brendan Aronson for sure, but control the controllables, and we've done it. So I don't change my tune just because we've won the game, lost the game. If the referee isn't great, control what you can control, and we did that today, and we were fantastic. Fantastic, man. Yeah. Oh no, I gotta scroll back up to that one. Gotta scroll back up to that one. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, broke Palace's jaw. Yeah, man, in about 3 places this time. We bullied them. Yeah, it was so weird tonight because this is the first game this season where we have taken control and it has been consistent over the 90 minutes. Look, Palace towards the end, we'll speak about that in a bit. They were getting back into it, but they were already 3-1 down at that time. Throughout the rest of the game, people, we were very, very comfortable. Our centre-backs were allowed to basically camp on the edge of their half, on the edge of their box at times. We were in control of the game, and I feel like that's the first time this season. And it would be nice to see it again at some point. But I've always said, as long as we're winning games, picking up points, that's the main thing for me. Jed saying here, I said 3-1, but I accept 4. Jed, I don't remember seeing your score prediction, but again, there wasn't many yesterday, and I was disappointed with that. Not gonna lie. Will saying here, we played some good football. We played some really good football. Oh, SB, the towel. It's almost man of the match today. Look, and you're talking about, we almost kept a clean sheet first in 13. That continues, so we'll have to hunt for that again. I know that will annoy Farke in that sense of conceding in that way, but in terms of Palace as well, they hadn't conceded from long throws up until tonight, and we get them with 2. That shows, we're usually giving out the gifts. Today, we took gifts today, so close to Christmas. I love it. I love it. Only 0.14 from open play. Is that us or them? Let me know. Oh, did I? Sorry, Jed. Sorry, man. I had a very late night. What can I say? Yeah, so Joe Roden is playing right wing now. Yeah, honestly, everybody today kind of gets some credit, and I've got to say as well, in terms of the starting lineup, I do have to mention something. It obviously won't matter today, but Brendan Aronson today was brilliant. For the 75 minutes he was on, he was really good. But the one thing I will say is it was something I was worried about with last week is that Tanaka scores against Chelsea, scores against Liverpool, had a stinker against Brentford, and he's dropped straight away. That's the only thing I will say, people. Now, hopefully you've got the comprehension skills to realize I'm not complaining about it, but it does have to be mentioned that some players, you've got very little rope, very little rope. And if you play poorly, you're out. And then, Aronson's back in. And with the performance today, I don't see him coming back out, which is unfortunate for Tanaka. But all the other midfielders today were on their jobs today, all of them. And even before the goals for Ampadu and Stack, I was going to big them up, but getting the goals even better. Oh, Mark. If you don't know, Mark, made a commitment at the start of the season to send $10 in his country for each goal we're going to score. And tonight he took a hammer into there. And as he says here, hey KG, well, what a performance. The Christmas budget has taken a battering. I'm so sorry for that, Mark, but I love that for me. Okay, I love that for me. So Monday, is it better for Fulham or Forest win? We'll speak about that in a bit. But what I will say, though, Lloyd and everyone else, as long as we take care of ourselves, we don't need to worry about other people. We're taking care of ourselves right now. Someone give me the numbers. I should have looked it up before I came on, but we're unbeaten in, what is that, 3 now? Maybe 4? Either way, we're taking care of ourselves. And as long as we can do this at Elland Road, which is looking like it's very intimidating for the opposition. Crystal Palace, by the way, are way better than what they showed today. But we also didn't allow them to play better. We did not allow them. They had like a little 10-minute spell in the first half where Wharton was getting on the ball. But after that, we just took control, people. Took control. It's 4 unbeaten. Thank you. Yeah, 4 unbeaten. Thank you for that. Arca here, King Ampadu and the Towel. Yeah. They kind of like go like this, isn't it? It's a joint effort between Ampadu and the Towel. They both have to get it together. Whoa, that's crazy. But you know what I mean? Michael here saying 3 centre backs has made such a massive difference. It has. Because now, I mean, Mateta, I know they mentioned that he's been playing with an injury. He was anonymous today. He was absolutely anonymous, like a few of their players today. But Mateta, of course, you're going to look out for him. Didn't do anything while he was on the pitch. That he was wrapped up against Strauch as well when Goodmanson was allowed to get forward today. He was covering Goodmanson's side, and he did it with the greatest of ease as well. But the 3 centre backs is probably the way to go. I mean, I mentioned in the preview, it wouldn't have surprised me if we went a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 today, just with the way that Palace will have to set up with the players that they've got missing. But it does look like if we're going to play to our strengths, people, it's got to be the 3 at the back, because that's how we just look so good. And like Nicholas says here, Bior was just bullying people. He was brilliant. And for the second goal, we'll speak about DCL in a bit. He was doing that through all of these throw-ins. Bior was the man that they were aiming for, and he was springing above everybody, man. Like, just brilliant from everybody. Just brilliant, man. Yeah, and I mean, and that's fair as well, Marcus. We need to stop conceding late goals. Yeah, that's 6 now. We like joint first in terms of goals conceded after 90 minutes. That does need to clean up. Of course it does. But, in terms of the result today, even though they got 1 goal today, we absolutely took Palace apart. We steamrolled them today. A couple more super chats. Let me just get those. There we go. Ringo here saying here, we look like a completely different team compared to when we played Burnley. Insane. Happy to be proved wrong on Farke and DCL. Will Fear with a 10 as well. Thank you for that. Yeah, and listen, what was that earlier? Oh, okay, yeah. Proud of the team and beyond surprised with DCL. Long may it continue. Yeah, listen, you know what? Yeah. Oh, that's what I will say as well. Jason Wharton is class, so he's got a great future. Absolutely, Wharton. You can see when he's on the ball, he's got technical ability, and he was moving like with real like smoothness on the pitch. But again, we locked him down in the second half. He was nowhere to be seen until the end, where he got fouled and then got a yellow card for talking back. So we did our jobs today. But what I will say with DCL, keep it up. When I kept seeing those goals going in for DCL, I just kept thinking, oh, that transfer value is going to be sweet come the summertime. It's going to be so nice. And look, when you're on form, you're on form. The first goal was when you're on form and it just goes for you. it falls for you there. You know, it was from the long throw. He gets the one, it's rebound back into him, and he's just there to pick up the pieces. When you're on form, that's what you get. His second goal was more of your regular DCL kind of goal, but he's on fire, man. 6 goals in 5. The England talk keeps continuing, which is great as well. And I just think of Liam Delap going from Ipswich to Chelsea for 30 million. I know he had a relegation clause, but DCL's been there, done it before. If he can continue in this vein, man, he could be going for some serious money in the summer. You know what I mean? J-Dog here saying DCL almost guaranteed 10 Premier League goals, would have taken that before the season. Absolutely. If you scored at least 10 goals, especially when you're near the bottom, because again, that's where we are, people. We're currently in 16th place. That's a good return. It's an absolutely brilliant return. He's still got to get there, but at this rate, he will get there, and that is good. Yeah, I saw that as well. DCL scores 5 games in a row, first since the big man Viduka. Yeah, I mean, I mean, we could go into the context of that. You know, back then defenders were better, etc. But that's still a good stat. Absolutely. Michael KG, do you mean if DCL value increases, United should sell him in the summer? Yeah, I've been through this. I won't go through it on this one here because everyone is high as a kite. So let's go. Hash saying here, what a win. The football is so dead, but take it if it means we stay up. Merry Christmas. Or yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, look, the first half, it wasn't like great. But I felt the second half we was playing better ball, but it was on the set pieces. But that is our strength, people. That is our strength. We've got to play to our strengths. That is the 3 at the back. That is set pieces. It's winning the second ball. That is how we're going to get a lot of joy, as we showed today. And as we've done in previous games as well, that is the way we're going to do it. We're not going to do it by playing that from the back. We don't have the players to do that. But if we can continue in this vein, long may it continue. And all we got to do, people, is survive. That's all we got to do. That's all we have to do this season with this group of players. I just hope they don't think they can run it back, you know, like Jey Uso. I don't hope they don't think they can run it back next year and get more cracked and not so great players that with flaws, as Daniel Farke says himself. They've got to build on that and bring in the technique in it. So then we can start looking at the table and going, oh, we can get these extra points and get maybe near that 11th, 10th place, because it isn't out the realm of possibility. It isn't. Fut here, thank you for the super chat. If only Willie had nudged that ball through with a bit more pace, DTL would have had his hat trick. He really did deserve that awesome today. Yeah, he was brilliant today. DCL, he's playing with a ton of confidence. He's keeping himself fit, and it's only great for Leeds United. It's good for him. You know, he's playing for something this season. He's playing to prove that he can stay fit. He's trying to play himself into the England squad. And for us, we're getting the benefit of it because hopefully he's going to score the goals that hopefully keep this team up, or at least give us a fighting chance till the end of the season to stay up. That's the main thing, isn't it? That's the main thing. Ash here, Mecha out injured and Peru still can't get 5 more minutes. Yeah. Joao, I said it in a couple of videos ago, but it's time for you to go, buddy. You know, and I've got nothing against Joao Peru, but, you know, having this 5 minutes here and there for a £16 million striker, that can't run. It won't do him any good, and it won't do Leeds United any good in the long run when we're trying to move him on. They have to replace him in January. They have to, because as well as DCL is doing right now, and he's red hot right now, he still needs some help. And you're not going to get that with Joao Peru and the way that Farke trusts him in the team right now. They're going to have to do a deal to get him out of the club in January. And again, the value will still be there. But if we're going to continue to use him like this from now until the end of the season, we ain't getting anywhere near the 16 we paid for him. Nowhere near. So I think everyone should cut their losses, and, you know, Joao should go to a club where he will be utilized more, and we can get in a striker that will at least help the team, and Farke trust him a little bit more, I guess. Shelley here, Ampadu is my man of the match, and so pleased for him to get his first Premier League goal for us. He was on fire tonight. Yeah, listen, the whole midfield people were on fire. The whole midfield, and I include Brendan in that as well, people. All 3 of them. And Brendan now, I doubt he's going to get out of the team now. So Tanaka's going to probably have to hold the bench for a bit. But all 3 midfielders were brilliant today. Even without the goals, it was their work rate in there. You know me, I'm not big on work rate, but it was important today to stop the players like Wharton and others to get through. I do feel Glasner made a mistake today starting Will Hughes. I've mentioned him before, someone where we should be linked with a Kobe Mainu on loan. instead. But hopefully we don't go for a Will Hughes type. He's not at the level, and it showed today. He got subbed at halftime for whatever reason, don't know, but he shouldn't have started today. But all three of our midfielders, Ampadu has been solid for a while. He's been solid for a while. Stack he's industrious, but you saw again. I mean, his free kick today was good. I mean, what I will say though, just saying, Dean Henderson looked like he had given up. I'm not gonna lie. He left a massive gap. I mean, it's great for us and it's great for Anton. Dean Henderson left the biggest gap ever, and he didn't even bother, did he? He's like, I just want to go. But in all fairness, a few of the Palace players looked like they just wanted to get out of here by 75 minutes. What is that? Sky falling over Arsenal on a lead stream. Oh yeah, because Arsenal played at the same time. Yeah, I did think I had it on Sky today, on Sky Premier League. I was like, wait a minute, why is there so much Everton Arsenal build up on this? They literally just come on 5 minutes before we started, but that's the Premier League coverage, man. Ryan, do you think it was a penalty on Aaronson? Oh, I see you're late, Ryan. I've already mentioned that. Yes, it was, but it doesn't matter, does it? Like as I always say, control the controllables, and we did that. So what was after? I've mentioned DCL's first goal, which was a striker in form kind of goal. Mentioned his second goal, which was great stuff as well from Biol to knock it back in for DCL. Ampadu, lovely to see that. It was an Ampadu scuff kind of finish, but Ampadu, I've noticed in the comments, he does get a bit of flack, but I don't think he's been that bad this season. He's had a couple of games where he's been off it, but you're gonna get that, people. You're gonna get that, but Ampadu has been really solid in there, and that's why it's been tough for me when we're doing our match previews to leave him out and add in the goal today. It was a great moment for him, and of course, Anton Stapp with the free kick, which I've spoken about. Now, Crystal Palace's penalty, Lucas Perry, what I will say with him is that in the first half, these are the things I'm talking about. When people are complaining about Lucas Perry and his distribution, I'm with Farke on this one. I don't care about that. You can improve that, or like he was doing today before we was like 3-0 up. He was rolling it out to the centre backs, no problem. But in the first half, he was claiming crosses and keeping the pressure off, keeping the ball, keeping things calm. That's what he's there for, people. Now, the penalty incident, I thought he was going to take Uche to Suplex City. I thought he turned into Brock Lesnar for a minute, man. He just grabbed him, and I don't know what he was doing. But you know what? It didn't cost us in the end. It is what it is with that. But overall, again, Lucas Perry with a nice, solid performance overall today. Let's have a look. Yeah. Ampadu recently under the back three has been class here. Absolutely. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Telly here. Perry saved our bacon at 0-0. Yeah, it's important. That's what he's here for, man. That's what I'm here for. The goalkeeper is here to save the ball. Where we are, people, in the bottom, we need our goalkeeper to keep that ball out the net. If he's putting it out of play here and there, don't worry about that. As long as he is keeping us in the game and keep giving us points, that's all you should be concerned about. Honestly, if we was near the top of the league, then you've got different things to be concerned about. Our concern is keeping that ball out the net. Yeah, Aaron here. Thank you for that, Aaron. Love that. Yeah, Stack, penalty, no penalty, hold my beer. Yeah, we was given a penalty, but it was never a penalty. I mean, I could see that from on the TV. It was never a penalty. I don't know why the referee blew for that. I think he probably felt the pressure because of previous incidents, but VAR rightly said, hey, that's outside the box, clearly. And Stack just said, don't worry about it. Ian saying here the variety of formation is what is helping us perform now. Yes, Ian, and that goes with what I'm saying here. Farke's turned this whole thing around. Yeah, look, people, that is it with Daniel Farke, and that's all I asked of him. When we was going through that rough patch and we wasn't picking up any points and everything else like that during that very easy run, it's like, dude, can you not see that we need to go to a 3-5-2? That is the strength of this team. Now, what he's doing is he's mixing it up. And we did, in the first half, match Palace. We didn't just stick in that 5-3-2. We was matching them when it was a 4-3-3, and we was going up against them mano a mano. And that is what I've been impressed with him overall in the last few games. That's all I've asked from him. That's because that's what it takes. You can't just be bedded to one way of playing and think that's going to get the job done. That's why we were losing so many points early in the season. gotta say, for no reason. You know, we shouldn't have been losing those points, and all it would have taken was some tactical tweaks to probably get a point at Fulham to keep the 3 points against Bournemouth. But it does look like he's learned from that, and that is all I ask from him, just to learn from it. And he's doing well. Look, we're gonna lose games, people, and that's something that I don't want to do. Somebody in one of the videos stupidly said it sounds like I'm warming up to Farke. No, I warm up to people if they can learn from their mistakes. And it doesn't mean that long term, I think he's the man for the job, because I don't. But in the short term, for what we need to do this season, he's doing better than I expected. He's doing way better. I thought we'd be in the bottom three. So he is going above expectations for me personally so far. And that's all I can ask. It's not going to be perfect. Of course, it's not. But he's doing what he needs to do right now. Do you see similarities between Farke and Jesse Marsh? Yeah, I do actually. A couple things. Yeah, absolutely, I do. Especially when they start talking in press conferences, for sure. Yeah, Brendan did very well tonight. Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be complaining about Aronson. He got a good ovation from the crowd today, and he deserved that today. He was really industrious out there, won a lot of free kicks. That seems to be his bag at the moment. He seems to try and carry that ball, win a few free kicks here and there. And that seems to be his role. But I've said that before. When we're going to play the three midfield, if it's not going to be Tanaka in there like it wasn't today, it has to be Aronson with what we've got right now. You can't go with a Gruev Ampadu stack midfield. That doesn't work. You saw it against Liverpool. There's just nothing there. Like, it's just all too samey. You need somebody who is going to at least carry that ball forward. And at this point in this team right now, that is Brendan Aronson. So, you know, big up to him and keep it going. Like I say, I judge things by what I see. There's no agenda. There is an agenda. The agenda is Leeds United staying in the Premier League. However we need to get that done, do it. That's it for me. Michael saying, bring up the table. Bring up the table, she says. Well, yeah, let me bring up the table. And while I'm doing that, people, if you haven't liked the video, please do that for me. It is free to do, and it helps out the channel immensely. But before I bring up the table, people, just got to say a couple of results today. Sunderland getting a 0-0 draw at Brighton. Burnley got a last-minute equalizer. I thought, oh, that's a bit dodgy. Don't want anybody below us getting points, but is what it is. You know, Everton, they've lost. I mean, that don't really concern us, does it? More so, it's going to be Fulham Forest, isn't it? But the most important thing is we've won, and now look at that. Let me get that up. How good does that look? 16th in the table, 19 points. West Ham lost. It's looking good, people. It is looking good. What are we saying here? Someone saying I missed a super chat. Okay, yeah, I've got you, Hyru. Roden, Biol, Strauch have managed to make Haaland, Thiago, and Mateta anonymous. Take a bow, gentlemen, marching on together. I will say Haaland, though, I feel like he's giving us the Jermaine Beckford discount. If you know, you know, all right? When Haaland plays against Leeds, he scored against us previously. I feel like he gives us the Jermaine Beckford discount. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, shout out to you, Haru. Thank you for that. But yeah, listen, West Ham losing again. My thing is, though, what I'm not going to do is ask, do you think we're going to stay up? If you want to put that in the comments after, feel free to do so. I'm looking at this, people, the next 4 fixtures, and I'll speak about this in future videos. These next 4 fixtures, I feel, could be very important. We've got Sunderland away next. Obviously, that could be interesting. A lot of their players have gone to AFCON, but they've still got a good side there. Liverpool away, of course. Man United at home, which is always going to be a good one, and Newcastle away, who they look good. I saw Newcastle Chelsea earlier, people. My lord, they took off 3 players and bought on Barnes, Visser, and somebody else. I wish I could remember. I was just thinking, wow, that is quality in depth. But then I look at West Ham, and this is where I go with it, because these fixtures for West Ham look very, very winnable. They've got Fulham at home, Brighton at home, Wolves away, and everyone is touching Wolves. I was going to say something very inappropriate there, but I won't. And they've got Forest at home. I want to see how we both look after these next 4 fixtures, this 4 block of fixtures. If West Ham don't do what they do, I have a much higher belief that it is possible we can stay up. But of course, we're coming up to January, people, and that West Ham are already linked with a few players that they're going to bring in. We've just got to be mindful of that, and we've got to also recruit as well. We can't stand pat. We've got to improve the quality in the squad for other games. But yeah, let's just see how we go. Let's just see how we go. But I'm gonna probably ask it after these 4 fixtures, I would say. Yeah, Ryan. We always get the Cyber Monday sale with Haaland. He's a good lad. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, Hyru saying here we need to strengthen next month. No excuses. Yeah, you don't just stand still, people. You don't just stop here. One thing I will say is the one area that I still think is vital that we do get another upgrade in or some competition for Goodmanson is the left back. Listen, Justin is fine to come on for 15 minutes here and there. I think that we need fullbacks in it because if Bogle or Goodmanson are out for long term, it looks very different back there. So I hope that we are going to be looking for an actual out and out left back. Move on Sam Byram. Sam Byram should be, going to the championship or something like that. And then we get in another left back to give, Gabriel Goodmanson some good competition there. SB, does Mecha come in for Okafor when he's fit? Yes, absolutely. SB, yeah. And again, it's nothing against Okafor today. He was fine. Had a nice run in the first half. But if we're talking about using the 5, 5 at the back, Mecha in the 2, it's key in this system. It's key. Him and DCL up front formed a really nice partnership, but we don't know how long he's going to be out. And that's the thing with the players that we've bought. And we know there's an injury risk with them. We need to see when he's going to come back, but absolutely Mecha comes back in that 2 up front for sure. But yeah, let me just have a look. What else have we got? Yeah, Ian, this is a fair point. And Ian saying here, West Ham, they're winnable, KG, but they're a poor team. I don't disagree, Ian, but we'll know how poor they are after those 4, because that is a very nice run of fixtures for any team, isn't it? So if they don't pick up the required points, I will feel better if we can do something, pick up some points here and there. If we can pick up more points on top of what we've got now with this gap that we have. Let me just get this table back up there. Where is it? If we can get some more points and add to that, and West Ham don't do what I think they might do in the next 4 games, yeah, I will feel a lot better. But of course, people, there's still a long way to go. But it's nice to have the hope, isn't it? It's nice to have the hope to think that we could stay up and survive this season. Robert here saying this run of 4 results, picking up points makes us attractive to prospective signings in January. I agree. But they players that we get in January will probably want time to play. And we've already seen with Farke previously in January, when players have asked, well, what kind of game time am I getting? They don't tend to come here because Farke has said, well, you're going to have to fight for your place. I mean, just even think back to January when we had Brendan Aronson, and Brendan Aronson had gone stone cold like Steve Austin. He was not playing well, but Farke made it clear that he was his number 10, and we couldn't get in another player because the guarantee wasn't there, or at least the promise that you get a run to play. So we're going to have to see with that. But what I will say with Farke, he's very honest with the January window. He doesn't like it. And especially loan signings, he doesn't like those. He prefers players that are actual members of the team. But we still need to build. You stand still in January in the Premier League, it could be the downfall. So hopefully we don't experience that. But look, we've got 11 days till January. We will do content coming up as well, for sure. J-Dog here saying, I still think it's us or West Ham for 18th. I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean, it will be. Look, guys, like tonight, I always say enjoy the wins when we get them because you don't know how often we're going to get them. But I really want you to enjoy this one today because this was the best performance for me. If you feel one was better, again, put it in the comments. I don't think it was. I think when you consider Glasner, when you consider Palace, that this was an absolutely brilliant performance. And to beat him 4-1, it's an amazing result. So enjoy it. Absolutely enjoy it today. Mate, yeah, imagine Mainu coming in this midfield. Oof, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Jeremy here, just saying here, you can't jeopardize staying up by not bringing in anyone in the next month. Absolutely. We'll speak about that in future videos for sure. But look, I think that is it today, people. I will be back tomorrow with the cool down. We'll be getting to the manager's comments, Glasner's comments, Daniel Farke's comments, and anything additional that we may have missed from today. But what I will say is, people, 16th in the table, 19 points, 4-1 win against Palace. Enjoy the rest of your night, people. Enjoy it. People, like the video before you go, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.